But now I need to go back and find my video. Where did it go? Obviously, we're very new still to streaming and anything like that. But we have the game up. Nick, audio check. Are you still on? I just can't see you anymore.
I'm ready.
Okay, awesome. There we go. Now I can see us. Yay! Okay, well, just to get us started, because we are going to make some little videos out of this later on. So we, a couple weeks ago, got to go to Game Conference Canada, where our awesome developer put together a build that gives you a sneak peek at this new area called Ruiner's Pass. And this is going to be released in the expanded demo that's going to come out in like a month or month and a half still. But while we were at the conference, a bunch of people played the demo and like little bits and pieces of it. I actually never played it. So now's the time. It is out right now for our newsletter subscribers and for our Discord group. So we've got that available now, but not for everybody. So we're going to move forward and go. And Nick, I'm going to ask you about, like, as we go through, because there's going to be some new characters and new enemies and these kinds of things. So we're going to play around and just see where we go. So
Excellent.
I'm doing keyboard and mouse setup, which I know is not ideal. So this is going to be interesting.
We played with a controller at GameCon.
Uh-huh.
We really have to get a controller.
I know.
If
We keep
connected-
talking about it.
I wonder if we could connect one of the Xbox ones.
Yay.
Xbox.
And now, let's see, enter.
Usually can.
Yeah, of course
There we
you
go.
can.
There's my
Why
gold.
wouldn't you be able to?
There's my gold.
I think that already is worth something calling out, right? This is different from the first prologue, is that now we have destructible environment stuff. Not everywhere, obviously, but we actually have like objects we can break. You have items that you can collect out of them. You've already seen gold, health potions, plus some pretty cool effects on Callan's sword swing, which
I do love that.
From a game development perspective, is really fun to see.
Whee!
Blew me
And-
away when I saw it.
Oh, yeah. And you've got a big old party now. We got 5 people here. Ah,
Yeah.
I'm going to be
Yeah, anyone
hitting
who,
all of them.
who played our prologue is going to be like, oh my gosh, like in the prologue you only had Callan and Orvis, you know, your mage and the main guy right there. You got 3 new people added to this.
Ah! There we go. Now I'm just getting used to the controllers here because I have to do the right click to turn the mouse, or to turn the camera. And...
Oh yeah.
But that's okay. Alright, here comes our first battle. Now, who are these guys, by the way, Nick?
All right. So there's going to be a lot of introductions here. We're of course starting our turn here on Callan, our main character. Our new portrait art is on display here. We had more kind of like a chibi look in those portraits in the top left corner during the prologue demo, but you can see that we've kind of given that a step up. These guys that you see here, though, these are part of the Kalku cult. So the Kalku cult is a religious group who is semi-militarized, and they do not respect borders. They are both on Genoa and Pyramin's side, and so you're seeing a few different members of the Kalku cult here. The Kalku cult does have real power, and so anyone who's a member of the Kalku cult, they call the Wekufe. They can be any species, any type, right? Because it's about actually kind of being influenced and controlled by the Kalku cult. So you've got this little guy in the front here with the 2 knives. He's a rogue Wekufe, right? And then as you, there you go. You see this pinprick Wekufe, the green guy here. They are the Kalku cult's main ranged attackers. They attack with a little blow dart gun. So usually you'll see in their tactics, they're going to try and create distance or even move to diagonals to try and keep themselves from being directly next to a melee fighter.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I had always wondered what was the pinprick reference. I didn't realize that it was like little blow darts. That's so cool.
Little blow dart
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And my favorite, our centaur friend. Look at his little feet.
I
Go
love
around.
the way,
He's
yeah,
so
this
cute.
is Raven Ganbold, the way he's running around.
It just makes me so happy.
So
Look at him go.
in my experience playing this game, I had not put all
Let's
that
finish this
together.
guy.
Like, Nick, so as a narrative director, how involved are you in the, like, what these characters look like?
That's good.
Actually pretty involved. I mean, if we were a bigger studio, maybe that wouldn't be the case, but with all the work that we do here all mixed together, all of these units you see on the battlefield came directly from the narrative. As I was kind of thinking about this whole Kauku cult idea and the way that they would play with the story here, I'll give you a little summary in just a second. I originated the idea of the rogue Wekufe, the pinprick Wekufe. This guy in the back with the big old, axe is called the honed Wekufe, right?
Wow.
And I provided reference materials and stuff like that for some of the designs, along with the rest of our team. Like we have a team who are all leaning in all the time, but the original ideas actually did come from the narrative.
Nick, help me out here. So I'm trying to aim differently. I don't want to hit that guy. I want to hit the green guy. What's the button? Oh! It's the W and S. Okay, never mind.
There we go.
See, keyboard and mouse, totally get why people struggle sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like, it's not all the way optimized yet. But we'll get there. Because right now you can't really use your mouse to, like, click on the guy that you want to, attack.
That would be
nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
So we'll
That'd be
get
awesome.
there. We'll get there. All right, let's get this guy in the back.
Like you said, it's not optimized. It's already a step above where it was in the prologue.
Oh yeah.
So it's one of those things that we're just going to work on iteratively, and we're going to make it better, every bit until we get to actual release. But it is getting better.
Yeah, totally agree. Because I've really only ever played the demo and these the builds and stuff on mouse and keyboard because we don't have a controller set up yet for the laptop. So
We will next time. I'll
Yeah.
make it happen.
yeah, we will. Okay, so I'm always trying to hit people in the back too,
Right.
because it gives you extra damage, of course. Smash. Okay.
Ooh, that was a good hit.
Yay. All right, we got some experience. Now I'm really excited for, obviously, level up mechanics to be coming at some point, and they will be. That's why we have some lovely experience coming up after
Is there
these
a build
fights.
somewhere where that stuff exists and it just hasn't been implemented into this?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I've seen some really good screenshots of, like, the character screens and that kind of stuff where you can pick different moves and things.
Because you are...
I'm gonna
How
go
many
in
acts are
here.
planned, and
Bam.
where are you at in your process with those?
So we are right here. We're working on chapter 1. We've
Hmm.
done the prologue. This is chapter 1. We've already started some pre-work on chapter 2. In total, right now we're envisioning 7 chapters,
Okay.
right? But they vary in length. So a lot of our work has been pre-work, just making sure that the engine does what we want it to do, and doing a lot of that work in the background.
Right.
Our hope is that we're accelerating relatively quick from here, but chapter 2 is actually going to be one of the biggest, meatiest chapters of the game. So I'm pretty excited for our viewers and everyone to be able to jump into that.
Also, I just had a big misplay. Just so y'all know. I accidentally
what
skipped a turn.
What's this guy, by the way, before
This guy?
she
The
murders
bear?
him? Yeah.
Big, yeah. Okay, so this is a berserker Wekufe. Right, so he's got like, I kind of wanted the idea of the berserker thing to come in like he'd almost seem like a prisoner. So he's actually got the chains
Oh,
still on
nice.
his wrists, and he uses the chains to like whip people.
Yeah, I love that detail that he's got, like, his little chains that he whips around. Oh, hello. What was that?
So we got pulled into the tower.
Oh, yeah.
We've
Yep,
gotten
yep,
better
yep.
about getting around those ones, but
Yeah.
looks like we can catch that one.
Every now and then, those will pop up.
In the final version of this, the next new demo that's coming, these little guys here, the rogue Wekufe actually is going to be immune to ranged attacks and only be hit by melee. So that way, if you try and hit them with a ranged attack, they'll dodge it.
No!
Up close and personal.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that either.
Yeah, I'm really excited
Oops.
as the game evolves to see how the fighting system becomes more challenging and more interesting. Because it's pretty simple here, but even what's here, I've been very excited about.
Backspace.
The first time I saw that, the jump animation, their
Yeah.
combo attack, I was like, well, you got me.
Yeah.
So cool.
It's my
Yeah.
kind of game.
Takes me right back.
Yeah, so like no, feel the same way. Just being able to see like people sync up and do like a combo attack and everything, you're just like, and that's a pretty rare thing, you know. To what you're saying, Ken. Like it's a rare thing in a tactical RPG to do dual tech combo attack things.
Oh.
So it's been, I mean, I wouldn't
no.
say it's like this giant challenge, but there's been a challenge as we've tried to figure out how we properly balance that in terms of like a tactical grid-based fighting system,
Right.
you know, layout. And I think that our engineering team, especially Ethan, has done such a good job trying to figure out ways to make that work right.
All right.
He seems like a genius.
I know,
I love
right?
him.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This might be so. It has enter and interact at the same time, and twice now I've tried to interact with the chest, and I just leave. Finding a bug. Finding a bug.
Found a bug.
Yep. Write that down.
I'll log it. I'll send it over.
Okay.
This is one of the reasons we do these tests. It's fun to be able to play through it, but also we find interesting little things to switch.
Exactly. And see, I'm obsessed with opening chests, so I've got to be able to open them all. Okay. Here we go. Let's get that guy. We're all the way up close. I love that little animation, by the way. The little poison animation.
Yeah.
So cute.
It's so cool.
Will there be,
Oh,
like,
my God.
if you try and attack that character with a ranged attack, will there be some sort of
Like,
indication with the
resistant?
character where he, like, he just, like, does a little, does a little
Oh,
dodge?
a little dodge. That would be cool.
That's what we're hoping for.
That's
so.
cool.
I think in the early versions of it, because right now they're implementing that. In the early versions of it, my guess is that we just get the hit, the miss animation thing where it just says miss. But
Right.
yeah, my hope is that we have like it jumps to the side almost.
That would be
that's
so
awesome.
cool.
I love that.
I like that a lot. Let's get this guy. I love how she can attack diagonally. Like,
Right.
she's basically acting like a knight in chess right now, and it's totally fine. Smash. There we go.
That's cool. That is
I know,
kinda,
isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to be like direct line of sight. Ooh, he turned his back.
That's
That
right.
was a mistake.
So in...
He one-shot him. Oh my gosh. That's so
that fire
good.
spell is outrageous, especially if you can get like a crit on top of a backstab on top of it. It's nuts.
Oh, go. There we go.
Oh, hey. It sounds like Ethan said that they already found that bug just today and that they're already working on it, so.
Oh, that's great.
Of course he did.
Yeah, he's on top of things. Okay, got it.
This nice flying guy here is one of our Eglon species. His name is Peter O'Day. And he belongs to a tribe that they live in Genoa, but they don't participate as actively in the Scorian War as most of the other communities. They're kind of part of like a separated mountain tribe that kind of lives in those, what they call the Mythless Mountains, these areas that runs a little bit between two different countries. But he finds his goals of wiping out the Kalku cult and getting them off of his mountain aligned with the goals of Callan, Orvis, and the Death and their crew.
Okay.
So, in the game, you have all this really interesting lore for, like, this little town we're in right now, right? So how do you plan to make that obvious for the player?
I'll tell you,
No.
this is the first video game that I've ever written.
Mhm.
I've written stories, short stories, poetry, books, a lot of other professional writing, like tons of fiction over my life, but I've never written a game. And so learning the intricacies of writing an interactive and a non-linear narrative has been one of the new big challenges, is trying to figure out how in the world I'm going to wrap my head around doing that.
Right.
So, to your point, there's principles that still apply, whatever way that you're trying to tell these stories, and a lot of the times that's a show don't tell kind of principle. We are trying to put pieces of lore kind of mixed in places, in a place back behind where Candace is. We haven't put it in yet, but we're gonna have like a journal, totally
Oh,
optional.
okay.
You can read up on different things. We're going to be inserting things like that all throughout the world, so you can kind of get a feel for what's going on and give the player the option to go deeper if they want to,
Right.
or if they want to just mainline this sucker, then they can come straight through.
Right.
Just smash everybody as you go. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's part
cool.
of the challenge, right?
That's cool.
We want them to be able to engage the depth that they want to, and I also, as the narrative guy, have this
Obligation to make it available.
Yeah, I need the story to be cohesive, even if I
Right.
don't read these side pieces. But I want the story to be more rewarding if they do, and that's a new muscle.
Right.
And smash.
Damn.
There we go.
Should I give a quick summary of what has brought all the characters here into this area?
Yes, please. That would be great.
Okay. So here's your special preview if you're actually watching the stream, because you guys normally wouldn't know this until a month and a half from now when the full demo revamp comes out. In the actual chapter 1, you're going to start this journey actually with just Callan, Orvis, and their friend Vedette. Vedette was mentioned during the prologue, but she isn't there. She was actually deployed to a different place. It's called Carabrand, right at the beginning of the game. And on their very first mission, Callan and Orvis had the somewhat traumatic events of the village of Lendine happen to them.
Very traumatic.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Very traumatic. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, gutting stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. This takes place 5 years later. So Callan and Orvis are still part of the genuine military. They've grown significantly. Orvis with being a fairly gifted mage, and Callan being a tactomagus, which is a rare way for magic to exhibit itself in a person. They've risen through the ranks really, really well together. There's still some conflict inside of them about some of the things that they've done, during their time in the military, but they have a really strong, belief that they're doing the right things and they're doing their best to protect the people of their country. So they've been deployed by military assembly, which are kind of the people of Genoa who manage the war most actively, to this place here, Ruiner's Pass. Ruiner's Pass is pretty close to the front. It's pretty close to the scar that runs down the middle of the continent between Genoa in the west and Termain in the east. And the most travelers have not wanted to go through Ruiner's Pass. It's a pretty dangerous place. A long time ago, there was a village there. It was thriving. Good things were happening. But about 30 some odd years ago, as the war got closer to that area, most of them left, and now it's mostly, highwaymen and brigands and everyone.
I see. This is just the ruined remains of a town, and these are like the pirates who inhabit it.
Exactly right.
Oh, that's cool.
But there is one group of people who's been completely immune to this, right? Pirates were not going to mess with the genuine military. They wanted to be able to continue attacking regular travelers all day long. So if the military came through, they were leaving them alone. So they didn't bring down a bunch of really powered soldiers on them.
Right.
That changed just, a few months ago. All of a sudden, full-scale military transports were going missing in Ruiner's Pass. And so the military assembly was not going to have that.
Right.
And so they said, hey, let's send the Golden Boy, Callan, Orvis, and
The Golden
that
Boy.
is an amazing archer, and her magic, really kind of exhibits itself in potion making. So she's able to make these powerful explosive potions and things like that, and she's a gifted archer. So let's send the three of them up there to figure out what's going on. We don't want to send a giant force up there, or else whoever's up there might retreat or hide themselves. So we send someone small, they go up there, and that's when they find out that it's actually the Kalku cult that has settled into this area and has been taking these things out. How they've had force to be able to take out a military transports. That's part of the mystery that we're exploring up here, is to figure out how they got that strong that fast, and how Kellen and Orvis can not only get to the bottom of it, but also put an end to it quickly.
Oh, that's so cool.
I love it.
Yeah.
Part of an elite squad
You
sent
know-
by your corrupt government to find out why their stuff got stolen. I love it.
And I always love, I don't know, like when you guys read like Wheel of Time or any of those, I think it was in Wheel of Time. I'm thinking about those like haunted towns, right? Like the cities that you go into where like some dark and sinister thing is happening and you have to figure out what that is. That's like one of my favorite fantasy.
Ambiances?
Yeah. It's great.
Me too.
I completely agree. I thought that this was war-torn, but I didn't realize it wasn't. I didn't realize it was 30 years later, and that
Not
adds
30 years later.
Well, he said... Well, I mean, over
not
30 years.
Yeah. Just not 30 years after, like, the events of the demo.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
5 years
going
after
back
that.
to make sure I didn't miss anything. So I'm trying to be very comprehensive with this gameplay right here. Go into all the little nooks and crannies. There we go. Get that. And then eventually they're going to get to go up in those watchtowers and have high ground.
Oh, gosh, that's going to be a fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, when we get verticality and everything, we're working on the engine pieces for that. That's going to be fun.
I want to see Callum go up on one of those towers and then do his combo ability
His Dragon's
off
Gale
of it.
move. Yes.
You know?
I love that.
For, like, double damage. That's what I want.
I
Oh, that'd be
completely
sweet.
agree. Woo!
This is where that lore piece is going to be hidden. Is where the Calfu cult has been abandoning the wagons here in this area as they catch the transports, they pull everything out of them, and then they stick them over here and just try and burn them or toss them away.
Oh, I got you. Also, I hit Vedette in the face with my sword.
That would not be great.
I know.
Will there be... no friendly fire in this game, right?
I sure hope not.
No, not right now.
That's like my least favorite thing.
I know friendly fire is...
Nick, question. You know how like the traps, which if you missed them,
I saw them at some
Yeah.
point. How are you supposed to tell
there's a
when
little
they're...
little trap.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Now, because we don't have control over our companions, just accidentally getting, moving over them,
Right.
like, I wonder how we're going to make that work. Like, is it just going to be if we run over it that damage happens to the whole party, or...
We just discussed that this week, and we're
Okay.
actually changing the way that the party members kind of flock behind you.
Oh!
Right now we're actually talking about pulling them into a line more like a traditional JRPG kind of thing, so that way there's no way they could walk over something that you didn't already walk over.
That's great.
I see.
Okay, that's perfect. I remember I have struggled so much with that when your party members go like somewhere you don't want to go. That's I
And then
hate
how
that.
will they be assigned when combat starts? Will they...
Oh, did I miss
What
this
we're
chest?
talking about that is actually just to have them lined up at the back, unless we have specific needs for a particular battle where we can actually put them around the battle.
Ah! I'm pretty sure I missed my turn off. Nope, there it is. Haha,
There it is.
I found it.
So you're going up to the Vista.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Also, I apologize if there's any buffering. The internet was an absolute disaster today.
It could be a disaster right now, and we don't know.
I know. This is true.
There is just a little bit of hesitation on my side, but not your audio. Your audio comes through, and most of the time the game
Okay.
is really, really clear.
Okay, that's good. That's good. We'll get this whole streaming thing sorted out someday.
That's right.
You're doing a great job.
Ah, shucks. Where are we
I've got to
going?
go around 8 o'clock my time, so in about 15-ish minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get back to work on a few other things.
Nope, you're
but
good.
You got me till then.
Okay. We'll see how far we get. We'll get all the way through, I have no doubt.
I have more questions about your job as the narrative director. If I can ask those.
Yeah. Do it.
Absolutely.
So how is it that you want this piece of lore to be tucked back in this corner, and like there's a little story to why it's tucked back there? How do you communicate that to the the engineers who built the game, if that makes sense. Like,
That absolutely makes sense. So we have gone through 2 or 3 iterations. Probably 2. I think we're on the 2nd or 3rd iteration of just like the best way to do this, because in a lot of ways we're learning as we go.
Right.
Ethan's really experienced. He's done a lot of cool stuff like this, but as far as I know, I think this is the first. Like, he's done a lot of video games of a bunch of different kinds, including some games that have like a story-driven element. But I think this is the first like really narrative-heavy RPG that he's ever done.
right.
And of course, this is the first game that I've ever written. And you know, our game designer John, who's awesome, we have him to thank for how awesome this map is, and
Yeah. So
he's
good.
been helping with a lot of these side pieces of the lore and the writing and everything too. So we've been trying to make sure we had a system that works. We've been using a program where essentially we take the outlines that I'm creating and then we build downward on those with dialogue, but we're able to connect them with like arrows and lines and all kinds of things, so we kind of make a visual map of
Okay.
the ways that dialogue can split, or some side thing that someone can go explore if they choose to, and we overlay that over screenshots of the map that Candace is currently
I wanna go
playing
back
right
to
now,
the
so you
bridge.
can see where they should be occurring.
Oh.
It's something that's been like a work in progress as we do it, but
Oops.
I think we found a way to really make something work well.
Yeah, and I love the way that it looks visually.
This area, I love. Oh, Amy, hello. Thank you for confirming that. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, that area.
It's
Candace
so
just went
cool.
through is called the lower court. Yeah, and it's so awesome. Just the water looks cool. The
Looks
way the pools are there.
great.
and everything.
We'll go back to it. I just wanted to do this bridge fight.
Yeah,
It's my favorite.
I was really impressed with the water animation though.
And smash. Here we go.
Did you know that if you hit them first, it does actually give you a combat advantage?
No, it
See,
does.
okay, because I've been playing Claire Obscure, and that's like the big thing is like if you were the first strike, you get to go first. You know. So
Of
now
course,
I have this as a habit.
Target that pinprick Wekufe you just hit, the very first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You're right.
You see, he's
I
already
did
taken damage.
hit him.
Oh wow, yeah.
That's
That's cool.
amazing.
That's great.
That's so cool. We should do one of those little like first strike advantage type messages, because yeah, that's cool. Okay, I'll remember that.
Oh, you mean like a poison message, but
Kind
for-
of,
for
yeah,
that, like,
but
a
maybe
different-
like a little like,
indicate that the
ooh,
debuff
you
happened.
got him. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah,
You've taken your enemy by surprise.
Right.
Yeah. yeah. That'd be great. See, this is the fun thing about like game development is as you're doing it, you're just like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if we did this?
Mhm.
And then the people who know how to do those things go and do those things, and it,
They do them like magic.
yeah, like magic.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy.
That's been the thing that's kind of blown me away about this whole process is I think anyone who hasn't developed a game would be shocked how many tiny decisions are constantly being made. Like
Oh my gosh,
thousands
yeah.
of tiny decisions. The you know, your question about how we're going to keep our people from walking over a trap
Mhm.
when we think, oh, you don't think about those things as a
Mm-mm.
player as much as you do as a designer, where you go, oh, we got to
We need to
out a
figure
way
that
this
out.
should work the right way. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and I have a hard time thinking about those things until I'm like in it, and then oh right, that's what we gotta remember to do.
I mean, yeah, that's why the best way to test the game is to
To play it
Let
and
a
play
bunch
it
of
and
people
play
play
it.
it.
Yep, that is so true.
I love the
Oops.
way the rope
I need to
slimes, or sorry, the bladed slime swings his blade like.
I know, they're so cute.
they are cool looking. I love their arms.
I can't wait to like, I don't know. I think we need to make plushies for the Kickstarter.
Oh,
It'll be so
I
fun.
agree.
I need Callum merch of some kind. Like
We'll get Callan merch.
yeah, I need a beanie that's just got a little embroidered.
Little Callan Sprite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be so
Oh,
cool.
I want it so bad.
I'm already like planning
And
for the
those
next
stickers,
conference we do, like dressing up. Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it
all
here,
over.
but yeah, dude, it's covered. They're so great.
Special call out, since I have the chance to. On those stickers, we have Callan riding one of the mounts in our game. It's Luke.
Mm-hmm.
These little kind of, we've described it as almost like a chicken dinosaur, right?
Yeah.
Like this mixed.
For now. But I'm really excited for the story part to come in with all of this. I just think the lore gets really, really cool from what little I know about it and what's coming. Because, you know, I want to be surprised. when
Yeah, it
happens.
is. It's a tough from this perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like how much
Like,
you
I know
want to
it-
discover.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I know a decent amount of what's coming, but I really like experiencing it like a player and being more of the tester.
And from the screenshots we've seen, like there's so much more to this game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna miss out on anything because I played the
No, for
10
sure.
times or whatever.
For sure. Where do I go? Oh, right. I go up this way.
I don't think I came up here.
No?
What?
Yeah. See, this is why I'm trying to do a very comprehensive gameplay, because I know a lot of people who played this didn't, like, go all of the places. So,
Yeah, I did not realize there was a giant castle house up here.
it's a cathedral.
A cathedral, you say?
Yes. And
Can you angle the camera to look up at it? Is that possible?
No, you can look
Okay.
down.
Oh, there it is.
There's
Can you get
some of
any
it.
more of the...
Not quite. Not yet.
I love it though. It looks great.
Woo! Now I'm zooming out way too much. And smash!
Nope.
Oh, I don't think I got him that time.
Yeah, you
Dang it.
failed.
Dang it,
Miserably
dang it.
at that.
Well, I tried. Here we go. I haven't had my little team up move yet. Maybe it's just because I haven't paid attention to it.
I haven't seen you heal. Have you healed when I wasn't watching?
No.
Does it?
That
Do you in between fights or you?
you heal in between fights. Yeah, right now at least.
Oh, okay. But
Mhm.
I assume.
I could do a heal move. Like we have a shield move, which I will do.
But I assume in like general gameplay, the healing potions and stuff you get, you'll have to be using because you won't
Yeah.
just heal up after every fight.
That I don't know.
Maybe you do.
Maybe. I have to ask. But see, look, if I go here,
Did he text you?
we hit battle items, and then we've got the different potions. Can't use the dual tech yet because he doesn't have a support move or a supporter. But Callan and Orvis will be able to support each other. Trap snagging.
Oh,
What's up?
he says he can hear and see us,
Oh, so it was Nick's internet.
but we can't hear him.
Goodbye, Nick. We'll miss you. I know you had to go anyway, but. Alright. Let's get this guy with Vedette. I'm totally gonna dress up as Vedette at the next conference. She's just got a great look. Holy crap, that crit! Well, that was like 3,000 damage. That was good.
Sorry, I'm distracted.
Yeah, you missed it. It was a great moment right there. That's okay. Maybe
He
it'll
says
happen
he's
again.
still showing up in the stream.
Oh. That's really strange. Just all sorts of technical difficulties today, everybody. Sorry. Ooh. Ah. I love it when they miss. But I hate it when it happens to me. Okay. Let's see if Callan can do his move yet. I want to wait until they have... Until I can do it as an AoE. Yeah. Let's back out of that. So a reminder for everybody using keyboard and mouse controls, backspace cancels the action. If you hit the action and you're not in a place you want to be, you can do backspace. Which I know is a little different because usually people do escape for canceling an action.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, let's get you lined up.
I think that I'm trying to decide if he is. Well, Callum, I love the way he looks, but second favorite maybe the centaur or
I love the centaur.
the flying guy.
Oh, they're all so cool.
And I wonder if because right now it's just the little attack diamond,
Mhm.
right, for each one.
Yeah.
I wonder if those will be more personalized as the game gets fleshed out.
I think so.
Like there'll be a little one character's attack icon will be
Mhm.
a little different.
Mhm. Yeah, I think so.
That'd be
All
fun.
right, let's bring you up so that we can support. But he can't get to anybody, so we're just gonna cancel that move.
He should have a fireball spell that could.
And do it. Haha. Oh.
Like
Okay.
as you like drill down on attacks, it sounds like,
Okay.
or depending on the type of the attack.
Okay. Excellent. Woo. I'm getting a yawn. Oh no.
I guess her attack does extend past it, just not far enough.
Let me try moving her.
Past it, just not far enough.
Let me try moving her again. Yeah, I think that there's
It
something
looks
funky
like there
going
might be
on.
red under him.
So see, look, I can't select it.
Oh yeah.
Weird. Okay, that's something I'll ask about. If Nick's still on, Nick, write that down. See, this is how we test. See, this is how we test. We're just gonna keep. Maybe
Everything's fine.
everything's fine. Yes.
You just
Alright.
need to travel a little bit further.
Yeah. We just had to expand our grid. There we go.
I'm worried about how many times that bear has missed with his little chains, though.
I know.
He needs
Poor
some
little
extra
guy.
accuracy.
All right.
I
Back
love
to
that
our
tree.
little. That's the kind of tree I want in my front yard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holy.
I like that. And then I think there's one more chest. I think. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I think I might have missed an area.
I hope there's a journal over here too. Some other little
Yeah.
document.
Because, like, right here, you can see, oh my gosh, there's like 3 traps set up. Obviously, somebody did not want somebody to get into their camp.
Yep. Or I guess maybe
And a
this
little
is still just where the
watchtower.
pirates camped. That's
Yeah.
probably what this was. I'm just
That
being
could be it,
stupid.
too. No, there can be all sorts of nifty lore in here.
Why don't they live in this big castle?
I think there are
Or
people
cathedral.
in the cathedral, but we will have to find out from Nick what. That's so funny.
That's cool. So the plan is eventually to be able to get into
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
One of the big bads of
Yeah.
one of the acts.
Yeah.
That's fun.
He's gonna be a big bad, for sure. I don't think I went all the way up here.
The abbot is just like a really cool villain's name.
Oh, yeah. More little groups of fellows that I need to kill? No? I think we are good. Okay.
Good job.
Well, this is obviously still, like, we're still finding bugs. We're still, expanding and growing and building and all of the good stuff.
But you can really see the vision.
Yeah, and it has, oh my gosh, like, comparing this to, like, the first demo that we did in February, like, I just can't wait to see, like, the remaster of the demo, like, all of it together. I cannot wait to see that.
Yeah. Genuinely excited to get the game, like,
Genuinely, get it? Like, genua.
It was
That's
completely
gonna be.
accidental.
I
too,
know,
like-
I know. That's gonna be like our pun, I think, for the studio.
Yeah. We'll make more merch that says that.
Aegis Force, the genuinely good game.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great.
Well, maybe we need to workshop that.
Yeah, probably a little bit. I rely way too much on puns in general. But anyway, play the game. Play the demo. If you get the newsletter, if you get the Discord, that's how you'll find the little code so you can get our secret build. And yeah, let us know what you find, because we are still finding things too, and that's okay. And yeah, we're super, super excited that everybody's been playing this. This is a lot of fun. And we can't wait to see where it goes.
Love that.
So, all right. Next time I will do some streaming. Still thinking I'm going to do Chrono Trigger in like a week or two, potentially.
Maybe a different game.
Maybe a different game. I don't know. It's kind of a more difficult one to stream, I feel like. But I do want to experience it myself because I'm really enjoying the story. I think it's a lot of fun. But I'm going to be streaming some more turn-based, RPG type games just so that we all are hyped about Aegis Force because this is a lot of fun. All right. Thanks, everybody, and we will see you all soon.